I signed the marriage certificate with a hand that wouldn't stop shaking. The pen felt heavy. The room felt cold. And the man sitting across from me, a complete stranger. His name was Vincent Moretti. Dark suit, darker eyes, the kind of face you'd remember in a crowded room, not because it was handsome, though it was, but because it carried weight, authority, something dangerous underneath the surface calm. He didn't smile when I looked up. He just watched me, silent, patient, like he had all the time in the world. "Sign it," my father said from somewhere behind me. His voice cracked. Desperate. "Please, Natalie, just sign it." So I did, because 3 weeks ago, my father came home with blood on his shirt and terror in his eyes. Because the men who came looking for him didn't knock, they kicked the door in. Because my little sister was hiding in the closet, and I needed her to stay safe. Because sometimes you don't get a choice. You just get a pen, and a stranger, and a marriage that isn't supposed to mean anything. Except it did. It meant everything. I just didn't know it yet. The ceremony lasted 7 minutes. No flowers, no music, no guests except my father, who couldn't look me in the eye, and 2 men in black suits who stood by the door like statues. The officiant spoke quickly. Vincent answered when he was supposed to. I repeated words I didn't feel. "I do." 2 words. 1 lie. When it was over, Vincent stood and buttoned his jacket. Clean. Controlled. Like he'd just closed a business deal. "You'll move into my home tonight," he said. Not a question. A statement. I stared at him. "Tonight? Your father's debts are cleared. You're my wife now. That means you're under my protection." His voice was flat. Factual. "Pack what you need. Someone will pick you up in 2 hours. Then he left. No goodbye. No explanation. Just the echo of his footsteps in the courthouse hallway. My father grabbed my arm the second the door closed. "Natalie, listen to me. Don't." I pulled away. "Just don't. He's not what you think." I laughed. It sounded bitter even to my own ears. "I don't think anything, Dad. I don't even know who he is. He's powerful, dangerous, but he's a man of his word." My father's hands were trembling. "He won't hurt you. He promised me that." "And you believed him?" Silence. That's what I thought. 2 hours later, a black car pulled up outside our apartment. The driver didn't speak. Didn't help with my bags. Just opened the door and waited. I looked back at the building one last time. At the cracked steps. The rusted fire escape. The window where my sister Mia pressed her palm against the glass. She was crying. I mouthed the words, "I'll be okay." I wasn't sure if I believed it. The drive took 40 minutes. We left the city, passed through neighborhoods that got quieter and cleaner, until finally we turned onto a private road lined with trees. The house, no, the estate, sat at the end like something out of a movie. Stone. Iron gates. Security cameras everywhere. This wasn't a home. It was a fortress. The car stopped. The driver opened my door. "Mrs. Moretti." "Welcome." "Mrs. Moretti." The name felt strange. Foreign. I stepped out. The air smelled like pine and something else. Something I couldn't name. The front door opened before I reached it. Vincent stood in the doorway. He'd changed clothes, dark jeans, a simple black shirt. Casual. But still controlled. Like every movement was calculated. "You came," he said. "Did I have a choice?" His jaw tightened. "Just barely." "No. Honest, at least." He stepped aside. "Come in." The inside was colder than I expected. Clean. Expensive. Everything looked like it belonged in a magazine. Leather furniture. Marble floors. Art on the walls that probably cost more than my father's debts. "Your room is upstairs," Vincent said. "Second door on the left. You'll have your own space. Your own bathroom. Anything you need, tell Maria, she manages the house." "And what about you?" I asked. "Where do you sleep?" "Third door. End of the hall." Far enough away to make it clear. This wasn't a real marriage. I nodded slowly. "Okay." He studied me for a moment. Those dark eyes seeing too much. "You're afraid." "Shouldn't I be?" "Probably." He didn't try to lie. Didn't try to comfort me. But I meant what I said. "You're safe here. No one will touch you. Not even me." Something in his voice made me believe him. Or maybe I just wanted to. "Why did you do this?" I asked quietly. "Why marry me? You could have just paid off my father's debts. Let us go." Vincent's expression didn't change. "Because your father didn't just owe money. He owed the Salvatores. And they don't forgive debts. They collect them in blood." He paused. The only way to keep you and your sister safe was to make you untouchable. And marrying you makes me untouchable? Yes. Because you're... I trailed off. I didn't know how to finish the sentence. Vincent's eyes darkened. Because I'm someone people fear. The silence stretched between us. Get some rest, he said finally. Tomorrow we'll talk about the rules. Rules? You're my wife on paper. But there are things you need to understand. Boundaries. Expectations. He turned toward the hallway. We'll discuss it in the morning. And just like that, he was gone. I stood alone in that massive, empty house and wondered what kind of life I'd just walked into. Would you have signed that paper? Knowing nothing about him? Knowing you might never leave? I didn't sleep that night. The bed was too soft. The room was too quiet. And every time I closed my eyes, I saw Vincent's face. Calm. Cold. Dangerous. You're my wife now. Morning came slowly. Pale light filtered through heavy curtains. Somewhere downstairs, I heard movement. Voices. I got dressed, jeans, a sweater, nothing special, and followed the sound. The kitchen was huge. Marble counters. Stainless steel appliances. A woman in her 50s stood by the stove, stirring something that smelled like coffee and cinnamon. She looked up when I entered. Mrs. Moretti. Good morning. Just Natalie, I said quickly. Please. She smiled. Warm. Genuine. I'm Maria. I keep this place running. You need anything, food, laundry, a friendly face, you come to me. Thank you. Coffee. Please. She poured me a cup. I wrapped my hands around it, grateful for the warmth. Mr. Moretti is in his study, Maria said. He asked me to send you in when you woke up. Of course he did. I found him behind a heavy oak desk, laptop open, phone pressed to his ear. He glanced up when I entered, gestured to the chair across from him. I sat. He finished his call, clipped, professional, and set the phone down. You slept well, he asked. No. Honest. Almost a smile. Almost. Good. I don't like liars. Is that one of the rules? Vincent leaned back in his chair. The rules are simple. 1. You don't leave this property without telling me. 2. You don't talk to anyone about me, about this house, about what you see or hear. 3. If someone approaches you, anyone, you walk away and you tell me immediately. You mean I'm a prisoner? I mean you're protected. His voice hardened. There are people who would hurt you just to hurt me. People who don't ask questions before they act. So yes, there are rules. And you'll follow them. I set my coffee down. And what do I get in return? Safety. Security. Your sister gets to finish school without looking over her shoulder. Your father gets to live. He paused. And you get time. Time for what? To figure out who you are. What you want. Vincent's eyes held mine. You've spent your whole life taking care of other people. Now someone's taking care of you. Use it. I didn't know what to say to that. There's one more thing, he added. We'll be seen together. Publicly. Dinners. Events. You'll need to play the part. The part? My wife. Loyal. Content. Untouchable. He stood, walked to the window. People are watching. Always. If they sense weakness, they'll exploit it. So I'm supposed to pretend I love you. No. He turned. You're supposed to pretend you belong to me. There's a difference. The way he said it sent a chill down my spine. What if I can't do this? I asked quietly. Vincent crossed the room. Stopped in front of me. Close enough that I had to tilt my head back to meet his eyes. Then people you love will die, he said. Simple. Final. And I won't be able to stop it. He walked out. I sat there alone, hands shaking, coffee going cold. The days blurred together. Vincent left early. Came home late. Sometimes I'd hear him moving through the house at night. Footsteps in the hallway, the quiet click of a door. He didn't bother me. Didn't ask questions. Didn't try to make conversation. We were strangers living in the same house. Maria became my lifeline. She taught me how to navigate the estate. Showed me the library, the gardens, the parts of the house Vincent never used. He's a good man, she said one afternoon while we folded laundry. Complicated, but good. You've known him a long time? Since he was 16. Angry. Lost. She smoothed the pillowcase. He's different now. Harder. But still good. I wanted to believe her. On the 5th night, Vincent came home with blood on his knuckles. I was in the kitchen making tea when he walked in. He went straight to the sink, ran cold water, didn't look at me. I watched the water turn pink. Are you hurt? I asked. No. Should I ask what happened? No. I poured him a cup of tea anyway. Set it on the counter beside him. He stared at it for a long moment. "Thank you," he said quietly. It was the first real thing he'd said to me all week. Is he protecting her or controlling her? Drop your thoughts below. The nightmare started on the 7th night. I woke up gasping, tangled in sheets, heart slamming against my ribs. The dream was already fading. Men in masks, my sister screaming, blood on white tile, but the fear stayed. I couldn't go back to sleep. I pulled on a sweater and wandered downstairs. The house was dark except for a light coming from Vincent's study. The door was half open. I should have gone back to my room. Should have left him alone. But I didn't. He sat at his desk, bottle of whiskey beside him, staring at something I couldn't see. His shirt sleeves were rolled up. His hair was messy. Human almost. I knocked softly. He looked up, surprised. "It's 3 a.m. "I know." I couldn't sleep. Vincent studied me for a moment, then gestured to the chair. "Sit." I did. He poured a second glass. Slid it across the desk. "I don't drink," I said. "Neither do I, usually." He lifted his glass. "But tonight feels like an exception." I took a sip. It burned going down. "Bad dream?" he asked. "How did you know?" "You have the same look I do." He leaned back. "What was it about?" "The men who came for my father. The ones who—" I trailed off. "What would have happened if you hadn't stepped in?" Vincent was quiet for a long time. "They would have killed him. Made you watch. Then they would have taken your sister." My stomach turned. "And you?" I whispered. "What do you get out of this?" "Really?" He set his glass down. "Your father worked for me. Years ago. He was loyal. Honest. Then he got greedy. Stupid. But before that, he was a good man." Vincent's jaw tightened. "I don't forget loyalty, even when it's buried under mistakes." "So you married me out of what? Obligation?" "I married you because it was the cleanest solution." He met my eyes. "But I'm keeping you safe because I choose to." "Why?" "Because you didn't deserve what your father brought down on you. Neither did your sister." He paused. "And because the world I live in doesn't have enough people worth protecting." Something in his voice made my chest ache. "You're not what I expected," I said quietly. "What did you expect?" "A monster." Vincent almost smiled. "Give it time." The next morning, he left a note on the kitchen counter. "Dinner tonight. 7 p.m., wear something nice." Maria found me staring at it. "He's taking you out," she said, grinning. "That's good. That's very good. It's probably just for show. Maybe. But he doesn't take anyone anywhere unless he wants to." She helped me pick a dress, simple, black, elegant. I felt strange in it, like I was playing dress-up in someone else's life. Vincent was waiting by the car when I came downstairs. He looked at me. Really looked. For the first time since the courthouse. "You look." He stopped. Cleared his throat. "Good. You look good." It wasn't flowery. Wasn't poetic. But it felt real. The restaurant was exclusive. The kind of place where everyone knew everyone, and strangers got noticed. We were led to a private table in the back. Quiet. Intimate. Vincent ordered wine. I pretended to know what I was doing with the menu. "You don't have to be nervous," he said. "I'm not nervous. You're gripping that menu like it's a life raft." I set it down. "Fine. I'm nervous." "Happy?" "No." He leaned forward slightly. "But I understand." The waiter came. Vincent ordered for both of us, something I should have hated but somehow didn't. When we were alone again, he asked, "How's your sister?" I blinked. "What?" "Mia. How is she?" I don't know. I haven't been able to call her." Vincent pulled out his phone, unlocked it, slid it across the table. "Call her now." "You're serious? You think I'm joking?" I picked up the phone. My hands were shaking as I dialed. Mia answered on the second ring. "Hello." "Mia. It's me. Nat." She sounded so relieved I almost cried. "Oh my God, are you okay? Dad said you were fine, but I didn't. Are you safe?" "I'm safe. I promise." "How are you? How's school?" "Good. Weird. Dad's been different. Calmer." She paused. "Is it true you got married?" I glanced at Vincent. He was watching me with those dark, unreadable eyes. "Yeah," I said softly. "I did. Are you happy?" "Was I?" "I'm okay," I said. "That's enough for now." We talked for 10 more minutes. About nothing. About everything. When I finally hung up, I felt lighter. "Thank you," I said, handing the phone back. Vincent pocketed it. "You can call her whenever you want. Just use my phone." "Why?" "Because I don't want you to feel alone." The waiter brought our food. We ate in comfortable silence. Halfway through the meal, a man approached our table. Expensive suit. Cold smile. "Moretti," he said. "Didn't expect to see you here." Vincent's entire demeanor changed. Hardened. "Luciano. And who's this?" The man's eyes slid to me. "New acquisition?" I felt Vincent's hand find mine under the table. Steady. Protective. "My wife," Vincent said quietly. "Which means she's off limits. To everyone." Luciano's smile widened. "Of course. My apologies." He looked at me. "You're a lucky woman." I didn't feel lucky. He left. But the warmth was gone from the evening. Vincent's hand stayed on mine all the way home. "Would you trust him? After everything? Let me know what you think." Things shifted after that dinner. Vincent started coming home earlier. Not every night, but more often than before. We'd eat together. Talk about small things. Safe things. He asked about my life before the marriage. I asked careful questions about his work, never too deep, never too direct. But I was learning. The phone calls he took at odd hours. The men who came and went through the side entrance. The way Maria cleaned certain rooms with the door locked. Vincent wasn't just powerful. He was dangerous in ways I was only beginning to understand. 2 weeks after the restaurant, I found him in the library. He sat in a leather chair by the window, book open but unread. He looked tired, worn down. "Bad day?" I asked from the doorway. He glanced up. "Something like that." I crossed the room, sat in the chair across from him. "Do you want to talk about it?" "No." "Do you want me to leave?" Vincent was quiet for a moment. "No." So I stayed. We sat in silence. Him staring at nothing. Me pretending to read a book I grabbed from the shelf. After a while he spoke. "Do you regret it? Marrying me?" I looked up. "Do you want the truth?" "Always." "I don't know yet," I said honestly. "Some days I feel trapped. Other days I feel safer than I've ever been. And some days..." "What?" "Some days I forget it's not real." Vincent's eyes darkened. "What if it could be?" My heart stopped. "What?" "Real." He leaned forward, elbows on his knees. "What if you stayed because you wanted to? Not because you had to?" "Vincent, I'm not asking you to love me. I'm not even asking you to like me." His voice was raw, honest. "But I'm asking if you could see a life here. With me. Beyond the arrangement." I couldn't breathe. "Why?" I whispered. "Because somewhere between the courthouse and now, you stopped being an obligation." He stood, walked to the window. "You became something else." "What?" He didn't answer. The silence was deafening. "I need time," I said finally. Vincent nodded. "Take all you need." He left the room. I sat there, heart racing, mind spinning. That night, I called Mia again. He asked me to stay, I told her. "Really stay? Do you want to?" "I don't know. He's complicated. Dangerous. But also kind. Protective." I paused. "I don't think I know him well enough to decide." "Then get to know him," Mia said simply. "You've got time, right?" She was right. I did. The next morning, I found Vincent in the kitchen. "Rare. Can I ask you something?" I said. He looked up from his coffee. "Yes. Tell me one true thing about yourself. Something no one else knows." Vincent studied me for a long moment. Then he said, "I was 11 when I watched my father die. He was shot in our living room. My mother made me hide in the closet. I listened to everything." His voice was flat, emotionless. "That's the day I stopped being a kid." My chest tightened. "Vincent, your turn," he said. "One true thing." I took a breath. I wanted to be a teacher. Before everything fell apart, I wanted to help kids who felt invisible. Like I did. You still could. Not while I'm here. "Why not?" He set his coffee down. "There's a community center downtown. They need volunteers. Tutors. You could go twice a week. I'll have a driver take you." I stared at him. "You'd let me do that?" "You're not a prisoner, Natalie. You're my wife." He paused. "There's a difference." Something warm spread through my chest. "Okay," I said softly. "I'll do it." For the first time since the wedding, Vincent smiled. A real smile. It changed his whole face. I started volunteering the following week. Twice a week, a driver took me to the center. I worked with kids who struggled in school. Kids who reminded me of Mia. Of myself. It felt good. Normal. Vincent always asked about it when I came home. "How were the kids today?" "Good. There's this one boy, Marcus. He's brilliant, but he's convinced he's stupid." "Sounds familiar." I looked at him. "Does it?" I was that kid once. Vincent leaned against the counter. Then someone told me I was worth more than I thought. Changed everything. Who told you? Doesn't matter. They're gone now. The sadness in his voice made me want to reach for him. I didn't. But I wanted to. That night, I heard him again. Footsteps in the hallway. The creak of a floorboard. I opened my door. Vincent stood outside his room, fully dressed, keys in hand. Where are you going? I asked. Work. At midnight? His jaw tightened. Yes. Is it dangerous? Yes. I crossed the hallway. Stood in front of him. Be careful. Vincent looked down at me. Something flickered in his eyes. Why do you care? Because I'm starting to. The words hung between us. He lifted his hand. Hesitated. Then gently tucked a strand of hair behind my ear. Go to sleep, Natalie. Come back safe, Vincent. He left. I waited by the window until I saw his car disappear down the drive. He came back at 4 a.m. I heard him. Heard the door. Heard him pause outside my room. I held my breath. He didn't knock. But he didn't leave either. After a long moment, I heard him whisper through the door. I'm home. I know, I whispered back. His footsteps faded down the hall. I fell asleep smiling. Is this love or something more dangerous? Tell me what you think. Everything changed on a Tuesday. I was at the community center, working with Marcus on fractions, when my phone buzzed. Unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something made me answer. Natalie Moretti? A man's voice. Smooth. Cold. Who is this? A friend of your husband's. Or maybe an enemy. It's hard to keep track these days. He laughed. I just wanted to let you know, you're not safe. That house. Those guards. They won't stop what's coming. My blood ran cold. What do you want? I want you to give Vincent a message. Tell him the Salvatores send their regards. The line went dead. I stood there, phone shaking in my hand. Marcus looked up. Miss Natalie? You okay? Yeah. I'm fine. I grabbed my bag. I have to go. I'm sorry. I called Vincent the second I got in the car. He answered immediately. What's wrong? Someone called me. Threatened me. Said the Salvatores are coming. Silence. Vincent, where are you? His voice was ice. In the car. On my way home. Stay on the phone with me. Don't hang up. Okay. I heard him moving. Heard him giving orders to someone. Heard the sharp edge of fear under his control. Natalie, listen to me. When you get home, go straight inside. Lock yourself in my study. Don't open the door for anyone except me. You're scaring me. Good. You should be scared. He paused. But I won't let them touch you. I swear. The rest of the drive was silent except for his breathing on the other end. When we pulled up to the house, Vincent was already there. He yanked the car door open, pulled me out, and ushered me inside. Study. Now. I ran. He locked the door behind us. What's happening? I asked. Vincent paced like a caged animal. The Salvatores are making a move. They think you're a weakness. A way to get to me. Are you? He stopped. Looked at me. Yes. The truth hit harder than I expected. They're going to come after me, I said slowly. They're going to try. Vincent's eyes burned. But they'll have to go through me first. Vincent, you can't. I can. And I will. He crossed to me. Cupped my face with both hands. You're mine. On paper, in name, and in every way that matters. No one takes what's mine. This isn't just about the arrangement anymore, is it? No, he said quietly. It's not. Before I could respond, his phone rang. He answered. Listened. His expression went dark. When? A pause. How many? Another pause. I'm on my way. He hung up. I have to go. No. I grabbed his arm. Don't. Stay here. We'll figure it out together. Natalie. Please. Vincent's resolve cracked. Just for a second. If I don't handle this now, they'll keep coming. And next time, I might not be able to stop them. Then take me with you. Absolutely not. Vincent. No. He kissed my forehead. Quick. Desperate. Stay here. Trust me. And then he was gone. I waited in that study for 3 hours. Every sound made me jump. Every shadow made my heart race. Maria brought me tea. Sat with me. Didn't say a word. At 11 p.m., the door opened. Vincent walked in. Blood on his shirt. Bruises forming on his jaw. But alive. I ran to him. Are you hurt? Not badly. What happened? It's handled. He pulled me close. It's over. Are you sure? Yes. I buried my face in his chest. He smelled like smoke and copper and something dark I didn't want to name. But he was warm. Solid. Real. I was terrified, I whispered. So was I. I pulled back. Looked up at him. You were scared? Of losing you? Yes. Vincent's thumb brushed my cheek. I told you. You're not an obligation anymore. Then what am I? He hesitated. Then, everything. The word hung between us. I kissed him. It wasn't planned. Wasn't calculated. I just needed to. Vincent froze for half a second. Then he kissed me back. It was slow. Careful. Like he was afraid I'd break. When we finally pulled apart, we were both breathing hard. Natalie. Don't, I said. Don't apologize. Don't tell me it was a mistake. It wasn't a mistake. His voice was rough. But it changes things. Good. Vincent searched my face. You mean that? Yes. He rested his forehead against mine. Then we do this right. No more secrets. No more pretending. Okay. And you need to know what you're getting into. Who I am. What I've done. I know enough. No, Vincent said quietly. You don't. What do you think she'll do when she learns the whole truth? Comment below. Vincent told me everything that night. We sat in his study until dawn. He talked. I listened. He told me about his father's murder. About the men who took him in afterward. Men who taught him how to survive in a world built on violence and loyalty. He told me about his first kill. 17 years old. Self-defense, but it still haunted him. He told me about the empire he built. The people he protected. The enemies he buried. And he told me about the Salvatores. They used to be allies, he said. But power makes people greedy. They wanted more. I said no. So now they want me dead. And me? I asked. You're collateral. A message. Vincent's jaw tightened. Which is why I married you. To send a message back. That you're untouchable. Does it work? The message? Usually. He paused. But the Salvatores don't play by the rules. So what happens now? Now we prepare. Strengthen security. Make sure they know that coming after you means war. He looked at me. But I need to know you're all in. Because once you're truly part of this world, there's no going back. I took a breath. I'm in. Why? Because you kept your promise. You kept me safe. You gave my sister a future. And somewhere in all of this, I met his eyes. You became someone I can't imagine losing. Vincent closed his eyes. I don't deserve you. Maybe not, I said. But you've got me anyway. He pulled me into his arms. Held me like I was the only real thing in his world. I'll protect you, he whispered. No matter what it costs. I know. The next few weeks were different. Vincent didn't hide anymore. Didn't keep me at arm's length. We had breakfast together. Dinner together. He told me about his day carefully but honestly. I told him about the kids at the center. About Mia's college applications. About the small, normal things that made life feel less dangerous. And at night, we'd sit in the library and just exist. Sometimes we talked. Sometimes we didn't. But we were together. One night, I asked him, do you ever wish you'd lived a different life? Vincent thought for a long time. No. Really? If I'd lived differently, I wouldn't have met you. He looked at me. So no. I don't wish for a different life. My heart twisted. What about you? He asked. Do you regret this? No, I said honestly. Not anymore. But peace never lasts. 3 weeks later, Vincent came home tense. What's wrong? I asked. There's a meeting tomorrow night. All the families. Neutral ground. He ran a hand through his hair. I have to go. Then I'm coming with you. No. Vincent. Natalie, these people are dangerous. Unpredictable. I won't risk you. I'm already at risk, I said firmly. They know who I am. They know we're married. Hiding me makes me look weak. Makes you look weak. He stared at me. I'm right, I said. You know I'm right. Vincent exhaled slowly. Fine. But you stay by my side. You don't talk to anyone unless I say so. And if things go bad, you run. I'm not leaving you. Natalie. No. I stepped closer. We're in this together. Remember? He cupped my face. You're going to give me a heart attack. Probably, I said. But you'll survive. He almost smiled. The meeting was held in a private estate outside the city. Expensive cars. Armed guards. Men in tailored suits. Vincent's hand never left the small of my back. We walked in together. Heads turned. Whispers followed. I kept my chin up. My expression calm. You belong here, I told myself. You're his wife. Act like it. The main room was filled with people I didn't know. Power players. Decision makers. And at the center of it all, a man with silver hair and a smile that didn't reach his eyes. Marco Salvatore. He saw us. His smile widened. Moretti. So glad you could join us. His eyes slid to me. And you brought your lovely wife. How bold. Natalie, Vincent said quietly. This is Marco Salvatore. I extended my hand. Pleasure to meet you. Marco took it. Held it a second too long. The pleasure is mine. Vincent's grip on my back tightened. Marco laughed. Relax, Moretti. I'm not going to bite. He leaned in. Not yet, anyway. The meeting started. I sat beside Vincent, silent, observing. They talked about territories. About shipments. About things I didn't fully understand, but knew were dangerous. And through it all, Marco kept glancing at me. Like I was a puzzle. A weakness. A target. Halfway through, Vincent excused us. We stepped into a side hallway. He was furious. He's testing me, Vincent said. Using you to see if I'll break. I'm fine. You shouldn't be here. But I am. I grabbed his hand. So let's finish this. Together. Vincent searched my face. Then he nodded. We walked back in. Marco was waiting. Everything all right? He asked. Perfect, Vincent said coldly. The meeting ended an hour later. We left without incident. But as we reached the car, Marco called out. Moretti. One more thing. Vincent turned. Marco smiled. Your wife is quite remarkable. I can see why you're so protective. He paused. But protection only works if you're always watching. And no one watches forever. It was a threat. Clear as day. Vincent stepped forward. If you come near her, I'll bury you. Marco's smile never wavered. Looking forward to it. We drove home in silence. Vincent's knuckles were white on the steering wheel. When we got inside, he pulled me close. I won't let him hurt you. I know. I mean it, Natalie. I'll burn the whole world down if I have to. I believed him. Do you think Vincent can protect her? Or is Marco already 10 steps ahead? Drop your thoughts. The attack came 2 days later. I was at the community center. Marcus was showing me his math test, 95%, when the fire alarm went off. Everyone started moving toward the exits. But something felt wrong. The alarm was too loud. Too sudden. I grabbed Marcus. Stay close to me. We moved with the crowd. Out the side door. Into the parking lot. That's when I saw them. 2 men. Black suits. Standing by a van. Watching me. I turned to run. But they were faster. One grabbed my arm. Yanked me backward. Marcus screamed. I fought. Kicked. Clawed. Let her go, someone shouted. Gunshots. Everything went chaotic. I was thrown into the van. The door slammed shut. We were moving. I scrambled to the back. Pounded on the doors. Help! Someone help! Quiet, one of the men said. Or we'll make you quiet. I stopped. My phone. I needed my phone. I reached into my pocket. Pulled it out. Hands shaking, I dialed Vincent. Natalie? He answered immediately. They took me. My voice cracked. Vincent, they took me. Where are you? I don't know. A van. We're moving. I heard him shouting orders. Heard the roar of an engine. Stay on the line. Don't hang up. I'm coming. Vincent. The phone was ripped from my hand. One of the men crushed it under his boot. No more phone calls. They took me to an abandoned warehouse. Concrete floors. Broken windows. The smell of rust and decay. Marco Salvatore was waiting. Mrs. Moretti, he said. Welcome. I didn't respond. You're probably wondering why you're here. He circled me slowly. It's simple, really. Your husband has something I want. And you're going to help me get it. I won't help you with anything. Marco laughed. You won't have a choice. He pulled out a phone. Dialed. Put it on speaker. It rang twice. Then Vincent's voice. If you hurt her. Relax, Moretti. She's fine. For now. Marco smiled. But that can change. Quickly. What do you want? Your territory. Your connections. Your empire. Marco's voice hardened. Everything. Silence on the other end. You have 24 hours to decide, Marco said. Give me what I want, or I'll send your wife back to you in pieces. He hung up. I couldn't breathe. Marco crouched in front of me. Don't worry. He'll choose you. Men like Vincent always choose love over power. He stood. Which is why they lose. They locked me in a small room. No windows. One door. A chair. I sat there, shaking, trying to think. Vincent would come. I knew he would. But what would it cost him? Hours passed. I dozed. Woke. Lost track of time. Then I heard it. Gunfire. Shouting. Footsteps running. The door burst open. Vincent stood there. Blood on his face. Gun in his hand. Natalie. I ran to him. He caught me. Held me so tight I couldn't breathe. I've got you, he whispered. I've got you. Marco is dead. I pulled back. What? Vincent's eyes were cold. Empty. He threatened you. So I killed him. Vincent. I told you. I'd burn the world down for you. He cupped my face. And I meant it. We left the warehouse behind. Vincent's men cleaned up. Handled things. We went home. I sat on the edge of the bed, still shaking. Vincent knelt in front of me. Talk to me, he said. I thought I was going to die. You're safe now. Because you killed for me. Yes. I looked at him. Really looked. At the blood. The bruises. The darkness in his eyes. Does it bother you? He asked quietly. What I am. What I do. I thought about it. Honestly. Then I said, it should. But it doesn't. Why? Because I know who you are beneath all of this. I touched his face. You're a good man in a terrible world. And you chose me. Protected me. Loved me. Vincent's eyes closed. I do love you. I didn't mean to. But I do. I love you too. He kissed me then. Soft. Desperate. Real. When we pulled apart, he rested his forehead against mine. This life will never be easy, he said. I know. There will always be danger. Always be enemies. I know. But I swear to you, I will keep you safe. Always. I believe you. Is this the end? Or just the beginning? Let me know what you think. Life didn't go back to normal after Marco. How could it? I'd been kidnapped. Threatened. Watched Vincent kill a man. But I was still here. Still his wife. Still in love. Vincent gave me space. Didn't push. Didn't ask me to pretend everything was fine. But he was always there. In the morning. At night. Whenever I needed him. 1 week after the warehouse, I woke up to an empty bed. I found Vincent in his study. Staring at a document. What's that? I asked. He looked up. Tired. Worn. Annulment papers. My heart stopped. What? I had my lawyer draw them up. He set them on the desk. You've been through hell because of me. Because of who I am. What I do. He paused. I won't trap you in this life if you don't want it. I stared at him. You're giving me a way out. Yes. And if I take it? Then you're free. Your father's debts stay cleared. Your sister stays safe. You get to go live a normal life. Vincent's voice cracked. Without me. I crossed the room. Picked up the papers. Vincent turned to me. You're not going back there. Not until this is over. Vincent. I'm not negotiating on this. His eyes were hard. They know you care about those kids. They'll use it against you. Against us. I wanted to argue. But I couldn't. He was right. The next week was a nightmare. More attacks. More destruction. Vincent barely slept. Barely ate. He was at war. And I was helpless. One night, I found him in his study. Maps spread across the desk. Red marks everywhere. You need to rest, I said. I need to end this. You can't do it alone. I'm not alone. I have my men. You have me too. Vincent looked up. Exhausted. Haunted. I can't lose you, Natalie. Not to this. Not to them. I crossed the room. Took his hands. You won't. But you need to let me help. How? By being here. By reminding you what you're fighting for. I paused. You're not just protecting territory. You're protecting our life. Our future. His eyes softened. Our future. Yes. He pulled me into his lap. Held me close. I'm going to end this, he whispered. I promise. The end came faster than expected. Vincent set a trap. He leaked false information. Made the Kozlovs think one of his main warehouses was vulnerable. They took the bait. Sent their best men. Vincent was waiting. I didn't see the fight. Didn't want to. But I heard about it. 12 of the Kozlovs' men arrested. Their leader killed in the crossfire. The rest fled the city. It was over. Vincent came home at dawn. Bruised. Bloody. But alive. I ran to him. Is it done? It's done. I collapsed against him. Relief flooding through me. I was so scared. I know. He stroked my hair. But it's over now. We're safe. For how long? Vincent pulled back. looked at me. I don't know, but I'll fight for us. Every single time. I know you will. We stood there, holding each other, as the sun came up. How much more can they survive? Comment your thoughts. After the Kozlovs, things shifted. Vincent's reputation grew. Solidified. No one dared challenge him. We had peace. Real peace. And for the first time, we could think about the future. One night, Vincent asked me, "Do you ever think about kids?" I looked up from my book. Kids? Yeah. A family. He seemed almost nervous. I know this life isn't ideal for raising children. But you want them. I want a future with you. Whatever that looks like. I set my book down. I want kids too. Someday. Someday soon. I smiled. Maybe. Vincent grinned. Actually grinned. What? I asked. I never thought I'd have this. A wife I love. A future worth protecting. You deserve it, Vincent. So do you. Months passed. We talked about names. About schools. About what kind of parents we'd be. It felt surreal. Hopeful. Then one morning, I woke up feeling sick. Maria took one look at me and smiled. "You should take a test," she said. "A test?" "A pregnancy test." My heart stopped. "You think?" "I've seen that look before, sweetheart." I took the test. Positive. I stared at it for 10 minutes. Then I went to find Vincent. He was in the garage, working on one of his cars. "Vincent." He looked up, saw my face. "What's wrong?" "Nothing's wrong." I held up the test. "I'm pregnant." He froze. "You're pregnant? We're having a baby." Vincent crossed the garage in 3 steps. Lifted me off my feet. Spun me around. "We're having a baby," he said, laughing. "We're having a baby." He set me down. Kissed me. Gentle. Reverent. "I'm going to be a father. And I'm going to be a mother." We stood there, grinning like idiots. Pregnancy was hard. Morning sickness. Fatigue. Emotional swings. But Vincent was amazing. He brought me crackers in bed. Rubbed my feet. Read parenting books late at night. "You're going to be a great dad," I told him one evening. "I hope so." He rested his hand on my growing belly. "I want to give this kid everything I didn't have. Safety. Stability. Love." "You will." "How do you know?" "Because I know you." 7 months in, we found out we were having a girl. Vincent cried. Actually cried. "A daughter," he whispered. "I'm going to have a daughter." "What do you want to name her?" He thought for a moment. "Grace." "Grace?" "Because she's a gift I don't deserve. Grace I'll spend my life earning." I kissed him. "Grace it is." The day she was born was the best day of my life. 14 hours of labor. Vincent never left my side. When they finally placed her in my arms, everything else disappeared. She was perfect. Tiny. Pink. Beautiful. Vincent touched her little hand. She gripped his finger. "Hi, Grace," he whispered. "I'm your dad. And I promise, I'm going to protect you. Love you. Give you the world." She made a soft sound. He laughed. Tears streaming down his face. "She's perfect," he said. "She is." Life with Grace was chaotic. Sleepless. Wonderful. Vincent was a natural. Patient. Gentle. Watching him hold her, sing to her, rock her to sleep, it made me fall in love with him all over again. One night, I found him in the nursery. Grace asleep in his arms. "You should put her down," I whispered. "I will. In a minute." He looked down at her. I can't believe she's ours." "I know. I spent so long in the dark. Doing terrible things. Becoming someone I didn't recognize." He paused. "And then you walked into my life. And now we have her. And I don't know how I got so lucky." I crossed the room. Wrapped my arms around him. "We're both lucky." He kissed the top of my head. "I love you, Natalie. I love you too." This is the life they fought for. But is the danger really over? Keep watching. Grace was 6 months old when the threats started again. Anonymous letters. Photos of our house. Messages warning Vincent to watch his back. He didn't tell me at first. But I found one of the letters in his desk. "Your family is beautiful. It would be a shame if something happened to them." My blood ran cold. "Vincent." He came running. Saw the letter in my hand. "Natalie. Who sent this?" His jaw tightened. "I don't know yet." "Yet? So there have been others?" Silence. "Vincent. I didn't want to scare you. We have a daughter." My voice cracked. "You don't get to hide this from me." He ran a hand through his hair. "You're right. I'm sorry. Who's doing this? I think it's someone from Marco's old network. Someone with a grudge. What are you going to do? Find them. Stop them. He looked at me. But first, I'm getting you and Grace somewhere safe. We're not leaving you. Natalie. No. I stepped closer. We're a family. We stay together. Vincent's eyes were anguished. If something happens to you or Grace because of me. It won't. We'll be careful. We'll be smart. But we're not running. He pulled me close. You're the strongest person I know. I learned from the best. Vincent doubled security. Armed guards. Cameras everywhere. No one got near the house without clearance. I hated it. Hated feeling trapped. But I understood. Then one night, the power went out. Complete darkness. I grabbed Grace from her crib. Held her close. Vincent. He was there in seconds. Gun drawn. Stay here. Lock the door. Vincent. Lock the door. He left. I locked it. Sat in the corner. Held Grace tight. She started crying. Shh, baby. It's okay. Daddy's going to keep us safe. I heard gunshots. Grace screamed. I covered her ears. Whispered reassurances. Then silence. Footsteps in the hallway. Natalie? Vincent's voice. We're here. He unlocked the door. Stepped inside. Blood on his hands. Is it over? I asked. Yes. Are you hurt? No. He knelt beside us. Are you okay? Is Grace okay? We're fine. Just scared. Vincent took Grace from my arms. Held her against his chest. I'm sorry, he whispered. I'm so sorry. The man who sent the threats was dead. Vincent's men had tracked him down. Handled it. But the fear stayed. I can't do this anymore, I said that night. Vincent looked up. Terrified. What? I can't live in constant fear. Wondering if someone's going to come after us. After her. I gestured to Grace's crib. She deserves better. I know. So what do we do? Vincent was quiet for a long time. Then he said, I step back. What? From the business. I hand control to someone I trust. We move. Start fresh somewhere quiet. Somewhere safe. I stared at him. You'd do that? For you? For Grace? He cupped my face. I'd do anything. Tears filled my eyes. You mean it? I've spent my whole life fighting. Building an empire. Protecting what's mine. He paused. But none of it matters if I lose you. So yes. I mean it. I kissed him. Hard. Where would we go? Anywhere. Somewhere with good schools. A big yard. Normal neighbors. I laughed through tears. That sounds perfect. 2 months later, we moved. Small town. Middle of nowhere. A house with a porch and a garden. Vincent handed his operations to his most trusted man. Kept minimal ties. Enough to stay protected but not involved. We started over. Natalie and Vincent Moretti. Parents. Neighbors. Normal people. Well, mostly normal. Grace took her first steps in that house. Said her first word. Dada. Vincent cried. We planted a garden. Hosted barbecues. Made friends who had no idea about our past. It was quiet. Peaceful. Everything we'd fought for. One evening, we sat on the porch. Grace asleep inside. Stars overhead. Do you miss it? I asked. The power? The control? Vincent thought about it. Sometimes. But then I look at this. At you. At Grace. And I remember what really matters. What's that? Love. Family. Being someone worth loving. I rested my head on his shoulder. You've always been worth loving. I didn't believe that before you. And now I know it's true. He kissed the top of my head. Because you love me. And Grace loves me. And that's more than I ever dreamed of having. We sat in comfortable silence. Then Vincent said, thank you. For what? For marrying a stranger. For staying when you could have left. For giving me a reason to be better. I smiled. Thank you for keeping your promise. For protecting me. For loving me. Always. Grace is 5 now. She starts kindergarten next week. She's smart. Fearless. Stubborn. Just like her father. Vincent coaches her soccer team. Embarrasses her at school pickup. Spoils her rotten. He's the dad I always knew he'd be. We had another baby 2 years ago. A boy. We named him Thomas, after Vincent's father. He's wild. Energetic. Keeps us on our toes. Vincent says he's payback for all the trouble he caused as a kid. I just laugh. Life isn't perfect. We still have moments of fear. Moments when Vincent's past creeps back in. But we handle it. Together. Because that's what we do. We fight for each other. Protect each other. Love each other. Always. Tonight, after the kids are asleep, Vincent and I sit on the porch. It's our ritual. Our quiet time. Do you ever regret it? He asks. Regret what? Signing that marriage certificate. Walking into my life. I look at him. This man who was once a stranger. Who became my protector. My partner. My everything. Not for a second. He smiles. Good. Because I don't either. Even though it's been complicated, dangerous, hard. Especially because of that. Vincent takes my hand. Easy doesn't build love like this. Easy doesn't create a life like ours. You're right. We sit in silence. Comfortable. Content. Then Vincent says, I love you, Natalie Moretti. I love you too, Vincent Moretti. And in that moment, surrounded by the life we built, the family we created, the love we fought for, I know we made it. Against all odds. Against every threat. Against the darkness. We made it. Together. The end. What did you think? Did their story move you? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more stories like this, subscribe and hit that notification bell. More cinematic romance coming soon.